The protest. Smiles and colour everywhere. I have a light flutter in my gut. I'm now strong and brave enough to join this remarkable strut. I stand proud with my peers and I march for what is right, parading through my city, a champion in the vital fight. The energy is palpable, I can feel it in my bones. Today we are visible, not shooed away to zones. Our banners and our whistles get the message across. Each and every one of us feels like a boss. Celebrating love and gender, expressing our art in drag, a community ascending, draped in every flag.
A silent plea. If you are a witness and you can hear it, see it, feel it, you are now involved. It's not fair and it wasn't expected, but it is happening, unfortunately, right now. You are a witness. You are witnessing this. Sometimes a moment can happen faster than you expect. Sometimes a moment can catch you off guard. Sometimes a sharp moment can leave its mark for a lifetime. Sometimes they can change a life. Sometimes they can end a life. Sometimes they can affect more than one life. If you are afraid by what they say, by the way they move, please know that I am just as afraid as you. If you are scared that they might hurt you, please know I am already in pain too. If you are weak, vulnerable and hollowed, please know I am wasting away inside too. If your body is reacting with a pounding heart, maybe you can hear mine too. I am contorted, trapped between being frozen, considering lashing out and desperate for flight. Please come stand next to me. You don't have to stand against them. You don't have to fight back. You don't have to call them out or lead an attack. Just stand next to me, please. Because right now, there is only me. My legs are shaking and my voice has cracked. I can barely breathe, let alone react. If you feel threatened or even ashamed, please know I am too. Just please walk forward and stand next to me, please. You can just tell me your name, ask if I'm okay. You could grab my arm and lead us both away. You could laugh them out. You could boo them down. You could pick up a phone and call them to account. You could ask more people to help us. Now, please, help protest peacefully against this hate. Let's become a herd, a trust, a parade. Will you do more than just look my way? Will you be braver than I am today? Neither of us asked for this, and I'm sorry I can't bring myself to ask. I might not have the courage to say it, but I'm begging inside. So please, can you just stand with me here tonight? Will you be my ally? Please.
Eli. In a Bavarian bar, shotting Jaeger, The mountain air brings sharp focus. I spot you through the crowd. Broad shoulders, dark hair, wearing red, cheeks flushed from the cold. You're speaking in dialect with close friends, but I distinctly catch your husky voice. Helicopter is playing. Typical après music. A young Brit pulls his underwear down, intending to windmill in time to the track. You shoot him a look. Square glasses, chiselled jaw. You turn serious, switching to English. He climbs down, trips over his trousers, landing face first. You laugh. My chest flutters with melancholic warmth. I'm glad you're happy. I miss you. I miss who I used to be, and I wish that it had worked. I think of all the things I want to say, and then slip out by the rear door. As the music continues, your laugh cuts across the alpine air.
Once, I let my pet rabbit escape into the rain. A raging cauldron of violence erupted above, and she nestled beneath her favourite bush to watch droplets splosh and drum like a river song. I ran madly about in pantomime as the flood of raging skies relieved the dam of my eyes, and I felt the pounding on my brain subside with each blinding lightning strike. I crouched, feet squelching in sodden grass, deeply breathing thunder, hair dripping and icy sheets slashing my cheeks as a wind chime trilled a crazed crescendo. I let her be and shook the life from my skin, wishing an excuse wasn't needed for bathing in storms.
Prospect Cottage. I stand on a windswept beach. It's summer, but the air is chilly and goosebumps threaten. Time passes and the shadows lengthen. I look out over Prospect Cottage. Its pitch walls stand stark from the flat landscape. I take in the rugged garden, blending with the sparse environment. The wild flowers contrast with sculptures of driftwood and pebbles. The garden merges into the rest of the beach. Upturned fishing boats add to the feel of a sculpture park. I draw breath. The air has a bite and a freshness only found by the sea. I hear almost nothing. The sea laps gently at the shore. A seabird cries. A faraway car passes. As the sun edges towards the horizon, the sea turns crimson. I feel at peace. My mind empties as I take in this moment. Hours skip by, or is it seconds? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
In a pretty Spanish garden, Angelina combs her hair, and the children bring her flowers, which they lay upon the chair, and she tells them gentle stories just to brighten up their day. In a pretty Spanish garden on the 25th of May. little Spanish garden, far removed from old Seville, where a nightingale is singing from a London windowsill.
Telling my parents I am gay. I've waited many years to tell my parents I was gay. Those several years were used to worry about what they'd say. The possible outcomes clouded my mind. Did I know my parents that well? Would the words they used be kind? The mixture of emotions swam around my head for years. Would I leave them disappointed? Would I be the reason for their tears? I wanted them to be proud of me, but would this affect our bond? Would they still love and protect me and go above and beyond? It's hard to live in a world where people feel they have to come out, leaving many in the community feeling fear and self-doubt. A roller coaster of emotions twisting around the bends, wondering if this fear and judgment actually ever ends. When the time came to tell my parents, the roller coaster began its ride. Could I still count on my parents? Would they still be by my side? My voice was shaky as I tried to find the words to say. The words were ready to be spoken. Mum and Dad, I'm gay. While shock took over their faces as they digested the news, I waited in anticipation as they told me their views. Dad didn't really say much, he's never been good with words to say. Mum hugged me tight and said they both loved me in every single way. After years of worrying and being scared of what their reaction would be, the relief was overwhelming. They loved me for me. They are still by my side and proud of who I am today. They love me and I am proud to be gay.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it all again. If you want, then shout. Really make sure you miss nothing out. I want to hear it all. Shout it loud. Every variation. Hold nothing back more than words. Give me the whole sensation. Come on, give it to me. Is that all you got? I'm still here. I'm still standing. Is that your lot? Dig deeper, fool. I can take all your rot. I've taken it before. I will take it again. Come on, big shot. I want you to feel how it really feels to be you and to hate such hate. Come on, you've got it in you. Let it all out. I'm standing right here. Let's really get raw. And when you are done, start over. I'm ready for more. And when you run out, when your well runs dry, I will sit with you, hold your hand, rest your head whilst you cry. You are not the first, and you will not be the last. I'm one with my soul. Your hateful words will never get past.
Excitement builds as we board the train and speed to London. A bunch of young queers and baby dykes anticipating fun, thrilled with the idea of seeing so many others who we have never met and yet are somehow family. We soon become aware we aren't the only family on the train. As we leave the train and head for the tube, we spot yet more like us. Some flamboyantly dressed and obviously heading our way, others identified by more subtle clues. Emerging from the tube, the noise hits you, a tangible expression of happiness and fun. It feels like we will all be friends forever. And in that moment, that every day can be like this. Really, the day was only a day, but the pride I felt that day, I still carry with me. I always will. The pride that never was. We marched, but only in our heads. Our festival view framed 16 by 9. We danced, but only in our heads. The music plays through computer audio. We hugged, but only in our heads. Friends still seen, thanks only to the tech. This loneliness is only in my head. I still feel pride, and I can still reach out.
Queer. Queer, an old word, spoken with malice, or sniggers, a cruel word. Loaded with shame and rejection, outsider. A threat, a fist clenched, ready to hit. Or clenched in fear of being found out. A shuddering, old insult. Queer. A new word, spoken with power and confidence, a freeing word. Gifted with pride and belonging, chosen family. A hand held out in friendship. Arms open, inclusive, love is love, an accepting, warm embrace. After the assault. Where does it hurt? Here. She clutches a fist and bangs it to her breast. And here. Her hands cradle her bloody, bruised head. Eyes screw up tight. A single tear escapes. Where does it hurt? Her voice quavering, eyes wide open now. Everywhere. It hurts everywhere. Let this be the healing. Let this be the healing. Let our polarised population relax. Let division dissolve, melt like wax. Remould, find a new form. Let our new shape be open and warm. Let it include all the elements of society equally. Value feeling, let this be the healing. Beautiful thing. I wear this ring, and it's a beautiful thing, but not as beautiful as what it signifies, not as precious as our loved, drenched lives, not as strong as the bond between us, not as soft as your breath asleep, not as warm, not as deep as this love, but that I can wear this ring. That's a beautiful thing. Safe space. Bring me your bruises, your scars, the many tiny wounds, the deep blows to your psyche, that burden of shame accumulating in your heart. Bring me the pain of difference, indifference, the solitude of hiding your tender truth, the silent, howling fear of rejection and hurt, the hollow echo of being unseen, unheard. And if you let me, we will find out who you are. We will wash away the years of tears, soften that carapace of defence, fill emptiness with embrace, together create a safe space, and finally perhaps find capacity for love.